Hi, you have a body. Pretty cool, right? It moves, it eats, it sometimes just sits there. Actually, most of the time, it's just sitting, like a lot. But what if you didn't want to just sit there? What if you wanted to do stuff with it? Lift things, run from stuff. Maybe you want more muscle, or maybe less. It's confusing. I'm confused. Anyway, fitness is a thing, always has been, probably always will be. But when did humans just stop surviving and actually start doing burpees on purpose? Why do we have to go from here to there to work out? I can't even lift without stepping in front of a tripod. How did we get here? Okay, let's rewind. Way back. Like really back. You're a caveman, no gym membership, no kettlebells, just you, some sticks, and maybe a big rock if you're lucky. Doing functional fitness before it was cool. Lift that rock, you have invented strength training. Fast forward a bit, hey look, it's ancient Egypt. They're working out, wrestling, throwing spears, probably for the military I guess. Oh look, it's also China. Monks have already figured out that exercise improves health and keeps away diseases. They've even started to fight each other, but with rules. It's a sport, it's an art, it's a martial art. Let's call it Kung Fu. Meanwhile, the Indians have also figured out that sitting under a tree and thinking about nothing is also good for your health. It's ancient Greece now. Ever wondered why statues of Greek gods are ripped? Spoiler, these guys invented fitness competitions. Enter the Olympics. Running, jumping, fighting each other, throwing heavy stuff. Sounds familiar? The Greeks were all about training their bodies to be godlike. Or at least look godlike. We can make a religion out of this. No. This guy decided to carry a newborn cow every day, and while the cow got older, it got heavier. And the guy saw his body got stronger, so he could carry the heavier cow. And the cow got older, so it got heavier. And then his body would get stronger, so he could carry the heavier cow. And while the cow got older, it got heavier. And then his body would get stronger, so he could carry the heavier cow. And then Plato used to win debates by standing up and flexing against his opponent. It's a great time for fitness. I'm sure this will last all Greece is gone. But here come the Romans, who love Greece. They take their gods, their statues, and also their fitness culture. Big on gladiators, watching other people exercise. Not exactly the gym grind, but hey, bread and circuses, am I right? Meanwhile, gladiators are doing high-intensity workouts, except the high-intensity part is trying not to die. The army is big into fitness. They're strong, so strong it will conquer all of Europe. I'm sure this time it will last. Oh, never mind, the Roman Empire is also gone. Not really, they still exist, but smaller and more in the east. Intermission. It's a call from Japan. Samurais are a thing now. They have swords, they do jujitsu and sumo. Cool, I guess. And then, nothing. For like 1,000 years. It's the Middle Ages. People are too busy trying not to die from plagues and wars to do cardio. So fitness takes a bit of a nap. It's fine, we'll pick it back up later. Okay, wake up, it's the Renaissance. People are getting smarter, rediscovering ancient knowledge, painting cool stuff on ceilings. Fitness, still not really a thing. Sure, rich folks are dancing, fencing, and riding horses. Mostly it's about who can look fancy while standing still, not exactly fitness. Leonardo da Vinci came up with a painting showing the ideal proportions of a man. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Michelangelo took inspiration from the old Romans or something and started making ripped statues again. The first ever text on ancient gym knowledge is just published by this guy. Fast forward a bit and you have possibly the first strongman ever. Some guy from England thought the best trick to show off at a party was lifting like 800 kilos of barrels filled with water. He almost died from this lift. And that's how the deadlift was invented. Jump to the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution, factories, steam engines, and calisthenics. Yep, turns out people noticed their bodies were getting a little soft sitting at desk all day, pushing buttons, pulling levers. Enter the first wave of, hey, maybe we should work out more. Doctors even prescribe exercise. It's like the first time in history they told you to go outside and stop being lazy. Sure, it will be the last. Wait, what's that in the distance? It's a barbell, and it's heavy. In the late 1800s, strongmen start showing off. They're like the original influencers. But instead of flexing on Instagram, they're flexing in front of live crowds. Ever heard of Eugen Sandow? He's basically the first fitness celebrity. Dude was so jacked that people just wanted to look at him, standing still. He then went on to completely change fitness, switching from strength to aesthetics. And then he held the first ever bodybuilding show. It was a great show. A great competition. Now we're in the 1900s. Welcome the birth of modern fitness. Gyms pop up. People start lifting weights in public. Schools realize that students perform better if they stay fit and active. It's now a law to exercise in schools. Lots of new sports are getting popularity. Football, rugby, basketball. The first modern Olympic Games are held in 1896, inspired by those ancient Greeks who did that thing for their gods or something. What a great time, so much progress. I'm sure it will last. And World War happens. Soldiers need to get fit, fast. Push-ups, sit-ups, and running become the military's workout. War, terrible for humanity, but great for fitness programs. After the war, everyone's like, wait, I can work out without being shot at? Nice. Oh wait, never mind, another war. Is that enough now? Yep, that seemed to work, for now at least. Enter the fitness boom of the 1950s. Jack LaLanne pulling boats with his teeth. and weightlifting becoming mainstream. We can't let the other guy be more fit. Gyms are popping up everywhere. People are obsessed with getting fit, looking fit. JFK even gives this speech where he tells the Americans to do more exercise. Cool. Ever heard of bodybuilding? Well, it just went viral. Enter Mr. Olympia. It's like the Olympics, but with way more biceps and way fewer gold medals. Best bodybuilders in the world are competing to be crowned the champion. Enter the next era of bodybuilding. It's great, it's awesome. Let's see who has the biggest biceps. Giving a medal. It's a golden medal. Let's train at Gold's Gym. In Venice. No, the other Venice. In California. Let's call this the golden era. Here comes the man, the myth, the legend, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This guy wasn't just a bodybuilder. He was basically Hercules, but like real. He's the guy who made bodybuilding cool. Suddenly, lifting weights wasn't just about strength, it was about becoming a work of art. People train to win Mr. Olympia. How do you win? Well, another person rates your body. Yeah, that's it. Flex and hope the judges like your glutes. Lou Ferrigno, Franco Columbu. These guys were bodybuilding icons. Fun fact, Lou Ferrigno would later become Hulk. So, that's something. It's cold. I'm cold. It's the Cold War. Two big countries are fighting over whose system is the most liked. Let's spend millions to see whose athletes are the best. And people realized, wait, nutrition and recovery are actually important, maybe even more important than training. And then one guy didn't train for 3 months and actually made progress during that time. We can make a religion of this. No, we weren't just training at the gym, you also need to recover and eat protein. How? I don't know, eggs or something. Arnold, he cleaned up at competitions like Mr. Olympia and Mr. Universe. The dude was basically the Michael Jordan of bodybuilding. Because of him, bodybuilding wasn't just a sport anymore, it was a spectacle. TV shows, movies, action figures. Arnold became a household name. Bodybuilding went viral. The 80s brought new champions, guys like Lee Haney, who won the title 8 times. Wait, remember those gladiators from the Romans? That's a thing now, except no swords or lions or killing, it's just punches with gloves. Wow, this is great. These boxers are great. Maybe the greatest of all time. The two big countries are still fighting. Let's make a movie about this, one man said. It's gonna be a war, but in a ring, a boxing ring. Blue versus red, winner takes all. Okay, cool. Some guy publishes a book about running, and then running becomes a cultural phenomenon. Sort of like Forrest Gump. Where the Cold War ended, winner? Who knows? It's now the 90s. Neon colors, leggings, headbands. You can now work out with a personal trainer. At home, on a screen. That's new. It's the 2000s. People are running a lot. Marathons, half marathons, triathlons, anything with an athlon at the end. Everyone's looking for the next challenge. There's a new kid on the block. It's tough, it's muddy, it's Spartan races. Because why would you just run when you can also crawl through mud under barbed wire? CrossFit is now a thing. Enter the golden age of infomercials. Want abs? Just 8 minutes a day. Biceps? Here's a magical resistance band. Don't forget the ab roller. Bodybuilding is now bigger than ever. Literally. Guys like Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, these dudes are pushing human limits. More competitions, more records, more muscle. Oh, and social media is now a thing. Every bodybuilder has an Instagram, a YouTube channel, probably a merch line. Meanwhile, somehow yoga is making a comeback. Every middle-aged mom is now doing it. In the far lands of Australia, a young teen has discovered how to not be skinny. Now every skinny guy all over the world likes this guy. Wait, what's that in the snow? It's the Iceman. Yeah, jumping in ice water and taking cold showers is cool now. 2020 happens, the world goes into lockdown, gyms close, people panic, dumbbells sell out everywhere. Next thing you know, people are working out in their living rooms with anything they can find. Water jugs, canned goods, the family dog, it's all fair game now. Towards the end of 2021, self-improvement becomes super mainstream, with celebrities like Andrew Tate, David Goggins and Jordan Peterson gaining huge followings online. All the gyms all over the world are now filled with 14 and 15-year-olds, but with great fame comes great opportunity to sell stuff. Fitness has become a huge marketing cash cow for major corporations. Everyone is now selling protein powder, pre-workout and soy protein bars. But still, despite the noise, fitness is more popular than ever, especially amongst the younger generation. With obesity rates rising consistently for the past decades, seeing more and more people getting into the gym, lifting weights and focusing on their health is enough to make Arnold himself shed a tear. From cavemen running from lions, to Greek gods flexing in marble statues, to Shannon posting her squat PR on TikTok, fitness has evolved. One thing hasn't changed. We're all just trying to be a little bit stronger, faster, and healthier. So what's next for the world of fitness? Who knows? Maybe more gym clothing brands, maybe virtual reality gyms. No matter what, one thing's for sure. As long as there's gravity, we'll keep picking up heavy stuff and putting it back down. That's the entire history of fitness, I guess.